19 people have been gunned down in a shooting rampage in several Nova Scotia communities. Thomas Legness with the details.
Good evening, Melissa. And sadly, that story is the top story in Canada today. At least 19 people gunned down by a shooter, a 51-year-old man. He went on a shooting rampage in several Nova Scotia communities over the weekend. Police say there may be more victims. The reason being is before a number of these people were shot, their houses were set on fire. They were running out when they were gunned down. Police sadly think there may be more victims. They'll be looking through the remains of the burned out buildings in search of that. The gunman died in the shootout with police following a 12-hour manhunt. At his daily briefing today, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau expressed his condolences to those who lost loved ones. Trudeau also talked about stricter gun control.
But in regards to gun control, we took very serious commitments in the election campaign and have moved forward and are moving forward on them to ensure that we're strengthening gun control in this country. I can say that we were on the verge of introducing legislation to ban assault-style weapons across this country. It was interrupted when the pandemic caused Parliament to be suspended. But we have every intention of moving forward on that measure and potentially other measures when the Parliament returns.
Now, this was the worst mass slaying ever in Canada, no motive determined. COVID-19 has claimed another 1,000 lives in Canada in the last 24 hours. We have more than 36,000 cases and just over 1,700 deaths. In my province, an additional 105 cases. That brings the total to about 2,900. 4 deaths in the last day, including one worker at the Cargill beef processing plant in High River. Now that packing plant, an estimated 60% of the 2,000 workers at the plant are from the town's Filipino community. There have been 360 cases of COVID-19 among those 2,000 workers. But Alberta Chief Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Dina Hinshaw, says the outbreak goes further than this plant.
But there has also been spread in the community beyond these workers, with 484 total cases linked to that outbreak. Not all of these cases are people who work at that plant. Many of these cases live in surrounding communities such as Calgary. Many of the cases identified in the Calgary zone over the weekend were linked to this broader outbreak. There is a dedicated team working on reducing spread, with particular attention on households where there may not be the resources or the space for self-isolation to happen.
Now, that plant has been temporarily shut down, and all workers are being advised to be tested. New survey out indicates Canadians are in no hurry to restart the economy. According to the nonprofit Angus Reid Institute, 77% of people asked say it's too soon to begin relaxing social distancing and business closures. And the majority are prepared to wait it out for, get this, another 4 to 8 weeks. Just how afraid are they of getting COVID-19? The survey indicates 61% are concerned they will get the disease. That's down a bit from 2 weeks earlier when it was 73%. Oh, and incidentally, 2/3 of Canadians figure the government is doing a pretty good job of handling the pandemic. We've got a new kind of traffic problem in my city, Edmonton. You see, you got to look out for the critters. With fewer vehicles on the road, wildlife is getting bolder. Animals making their way into the city through the river valley. They wander into residential neighborhoods and onto roadways and freeways. More coyotes have been spotted. There's deer, there's moose. They're also making the trek in. No sign of bears yet, although we're told that could happen. Not a very big chance of that happening, though. But I better get out of here and check my backyard for critters. In the meantime, I wish you all good health. Take care of others. Take care of yourselves. Stay home, stay safe, and stay tuned to Eagle News for accurate and balanced coverage of the COVID-19 pandemic. In Edmonton, Canada, Thomas I. Likeness, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.